notes. Today is a special Sunday session because today is Rohatsu, sometimes called Bodhi Day, although I think that that's kind of missing the point of the day. Usually this is also translated as Enlightenment Day because it was the day that the Buddha, at least by most Mahayana recollections, attained enlightenment. So, Bodhi Day, Enlightenment Day, it makes more sense in my head. But either way, we're missing the point that it's not just a single thing. It's not a noun, it's a verb, right? The day revolves around a verb, which is to attain, right? So the whole point of today, of the talk that I'm going to be giving today is going to be, I'm going to go off of the, specifically the scripture where the Buddha described what happened not when he attained enlightenment, but after, right? Because that's just as key as, obviously he went through the act, he went through, found the Bodhi tree, found the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, which is still a descendant of which is still in existence today. And he sat and said he wasn't going to get up until he was enlightened, right? So he had that determination. And then he did exactly that, right? And so he sat through the 3 watches of the night and little bit by little bit purified his mind, went through the different jhanas, the jhanic states, and eventually came to this pure, equanimous, peaceful place where there was nothing stuck to him, right? None of the joy or rapture or any of those states in the early jhanic states stuck, and he was just at peace, right? So what happened after that? Well, okay, so he goes through a little bit and he recollects, he goes through and goes through the recollections, goes through all of that. And then after attaining enlightenment as he did, he had to figure out if he was going to teach anybody else or not. He had to figure out if what he had learned, what he had found through such hard efforts was going to be something that others could pick up too. And initially he said, no, it's not. The Buddha initially, when it came right down to it, and the thought of teaching others what he had learned, he said, there's nobody who's going to understand this. There's nobody who I could teach. So why bother, right? Fair question. So we're going to go into that because what ended up happening, and this is where you start to see, so when people say that there's no gods in Buddhism, well, that's not necessarily the case. They're just not as important as in certain other religions. It's not God. The various gods are not central to Buddhism. They're just a part of the story, right? So we are going through in the Buddha's words. We're on page 69 for those of you who have a copy of this. If you don't, I strongly recommend you get a copy because it is a really good translation and it's a really nice distillation of exactly what the Buddha's talking about. And I'm just going to let the Buddha speak for himself as to exactly what happened, why he thought he wasn't going to teach, and what changed his mind. So, I considered this Dhamma that I have attained is profound, hard to see and hard to understand, peaceful and sublime, unattainable by mere reasoning, subtle, to be experienced by the wise. But this population delights in attachment, takes delight in attachment, rejoices in attachment. It is hard for such a population to see this truth, namely specific conditionality, dependent origination. It is hard to see the truth, namely the stifling of all formations, the relinquishing of all acquisitions, the destruction of craving, aversion, cessation, nibbana. If I were to teach the Dhamma, others would not understand me, and that would be wearying and troublesome for me. Thereupon there came to me spontaneously these stanzas never heard before. Enough with teaching the Dhamma that even I found hard to reach, for it will never be perceived by those who live in lust and hate. Those dyed in lust, wrapped in darkness, will never discern this abstruse Dhamma, which goes against the worldly stream, subtle, deep, and difficult to see. Considering thus, my mind inclined to inaction rather than to teaching the Dhamma. Then, monks, the Brahma Samapati, this is Mahabrahma, and for those of you who are a little bit more aware of the traditional Hindu and or Indic pantheon, this is the chief of all the gods. This is the top, the apex, right? Mahabrahma is the apex of their belief system. He is the top, right? All of the other gods flow out of him. And he comes to he gets this knowledge in his head. Brahma Sahampati knew with his mind the thought in my mind, and he considered the world will be lost, the world will be perished, since the mind of the Tathagata, the Arahant, the perfectly enlightened one, inclines to inaction rather than to teaching the Dhamma. Then, just as quickly as a strong man might extend his flexed arm or flex his extended arm, the Brahma Sahampati vanished in the Brahma world and appeared before me. He arranged his upper robe on one shoulder, extending his hands in reverential salutation toward me, said, "Venerable Sir, let the Blessed One teach the Dhamma. Let the Sublime One teach the Dhamma. There are beings with little dust in their eyes who are perishing through not hearing the Dhamma. There will be those who will understand the Dhamma." The Brahma Sahampati spoke thus, and then he said further in verse, "In Magadha there have appeared till now impure teachings devised by those still stained. Open the doors of the deathless. Let them hear the Dhamma that the stainless one has found. Just as one who stands on a mountain peak can see below the people all around, so, O wise one, all-seeing sage, ascend to the palace of the Dhamma. Let the sorrowless one survey this human breed, engulfed in sorrow, overcome by birth and old age. Arise, victorious hero, caravan leader, deathless one, and wanderer in the world. Let the Blessed One teach the Dhamma. There will be those who will understand." That's some incredible praise coming from the chief of the gods. Continuing on. Then I listened to Brahma's pleading, and out of compassion for beings, I surveyed the world with the eye of a Buddha. Surveying the world with the eye of a Buddha, I saw beings with little dust in their eyes and with much dust in their eyes, with keen faculties and with dull faculties, with good qualities and with bad qualities, easy to teach and hard to teach, and some who dwelled seeing fear and blame in the other world. Just as in a pond of blue or red or white lotuses, some lotuses that are born and grow in the water thrive immersed in the water without rising out of it. And some other lotuses that are born and grow in the water rest on the water's surface, and some other lotuses that are born and grow in the water rise out of the water and stand clear, unwetted by it. So too, surveying the world with the eye of a Buddha, I saw beings with little dust in their eyes and with much dust in their eyes, keen and dull faculties, good and bad qualities, easy and hard to teach, and some who dwelled seeing fear and blame in the other world. Then I replied to Brahma Sahampati in stanzas. Open for them are the doors to the deathless. Let those with ears now show their faith. Thinking it would be troublesome, O Brahma, I did not speak the Dhamma subtle and sublime. Then the Brahma Sahampati thought, the Blessed One has consented to my request that he teach the Dhamma, and after paying homage to me, keeping me on the right, he thereupon departed at once. The chief of the gods salutes the Buddha and requests, not demands, requests that the Buddha stay back and teach. And the Buddha says, all right, okay, we'll do this. Wow. I considered thus, to whom should I first teach the Dhamma? Who will understand this Dhamma quickly? And I'm going to paraphrase here because it's just going through the list of the Buddha's teachers who had who he had learned under and then left to further his learning. And all of them ended up being, dead like a week later, or like a week before, or like a day before, or some nonsense. He goes, then it occurred to me, the monks of the group of 5 who attended upon me while I was engaged in my striving were very helpful. Suppose I taught the Dhamma first to them. Then I thought, where are the monks of the group of 5 now living? And with the divine eye, which is purified and surpasses the human, I saw that they were living in Varanasi, in the deer park in Isipatana. Then monks, when I had stayed at Arugula as long as I chose, I set out to wander by stages to Varanasi. Between Gaya and the Bodhi, the Ajivaka Upaka saw me on the road and said, friend, your faculties are clear. The color of your skin is pure and bright. Under whom have you gone forth, friend? Who is your teacher? Whose Dhamma do you profess? I replied to him in stanzas, I am the one who has transcended all, a knower of all, unsullied among all things, renouncing all, by craving ceasing free. Having known all this for myself, to whom should I point as teacher? I have no teacher, and one like me exists nowhere in all the world, with all its devas, because I have no person for my counterpart. For I am the Arahant in the world. I am the teacher supreme. I alone am a perfectly enlightened one, whose fires are quenched and extinguished. I go now to the city of Kasi to set in motion the wheel of Dhamma. In a world that has become blind, I go to beat the drum of the deathless. By your claims, friend, you ought to be the universal victor. The victors are those like me who have won the destruction of the defilements. I have vanquished all evil states. Therefore, Upaka, I am a victor. Note, he does not say he is the only victor. He says he is a victor, right? He is the one who has figured this out, but he's not the only one who can. And that's key, because that says he has taken into consideration the teaching and said he has taken into account the request made of him, and he has come to the realization that yes, not only is he going to teach, but he's going to bring others to enlightenment as well. He's found a way to do so, and he's going to pass that on. He's going to teach. His determination to find that liberation has now transferred into a determination to teach. And that is something that we can model ourselves. We can model in ourselves, right? We can take that determination to do the right thing, and we can help others to do the same. Now, I'm going to leave it there because otherwise I'm going to start getting into the Buddha's first sermon, and we'll save that for Dhamma Day, Dharma Day. So, as a bit of encouragement, as a word of encouragement on this day when we should be meditating more than we usually do, by tradition, keep that determination in mind. Keep that determination to do the right thing in mind. Do what you can. Get to the goal yourself and help others once they get there. Don't just keep it to yourself. Don't just let the world suffer when you have a chance to help them. Get out there, help them, show them, do the right thing, and teach them what the right thing is so they can do it too. I trust that you guys can do this because you're Dhamma Boots. I'm going to leave it at that. Dhamma Boots salute. Oh, and just for reference, what the salute, the salutation that Brahma did for the Buddha looks something a lot like this. Right? Keeping the Buddha on his right.